Let's continue. God. I've talked about it a lot. Okay, I started by saying love is a beautiful thing, and there are various checkpoints you should consider before you say I do. Medical checkpoints after you have said everything you want to say, after you have said everything you want to do, you have checked everything you want to do, you would like to um consider this medical checkpoint. I started with a story. I said that while I was in modern child health, Akure, I saw a baby. Baby was crying in deep pains. Her stomach was swollen and her temperature was quite high. Did all the treatment and everything we could do, and there was no response. There was no response. We were like, what's happening? What's going on? Before we know, the mother came and said she wants a voluntary discharge. She want to go home, that she know what is wrong with her child. She say she know what is wrong with her child, and we asked her, what's wrong with your child? And she said her child is possessed. How's your child possessed? She said, I know my child is possessed. And we discover she's an SS patient. The reason she's an SS patient was because of her mom and her dad. Was because of her mom and dad. But just because she's not learned, just because she's not informed, she says her child is possessed. Medically, it was because they were not informed. Now, you don't want to make those kind of decisions. You don't want to go into that relationship. You don't want to. I believe that if you're going into a relationship, you're going with marriage in view. You don't want to go and in the future you see mistakes. You see yourself ending up with diseases. You see yourself not being compatible sexually. You see yourself not enjoying life. Why? Because the medical checkpoints, you refuse to do them before you say I do. And it is meetings like this or events we see that made us host meetings like this. And make my brand, my team says, okay, let's push something out. Let's push this type of content to help people, to give people a good narrative on the right things that need to be done. The medical checkpoints you need to check so that at the future you will not make certain mistakes. Information is what differentiates success A from failure B. Because why? When you are informed, you will be able to take the right decisions. You will be able to do things rightly. And that's why my brand and all of us here, we are putting this out. That's why scientist Luwashi Susi that is going to be coming tomorrow. That's why Nurse Adesoya, we are doing these things for free without charging you, because we want you not to make those mistakes. We paid to learn all these things in school. But we know that some people are not opportune for this kind of information. Some people don't have access to this kind of information. Do you understand? Some people don't have access to this kind of information. So we are doing this live meeting. So let's go into the teachings of today. So I say, after everything is said and done, after you have checked all the things that are important to you, you are medically compatible, you are emotionally compatible, you love this guy, you love this girl and everything, you still have to check if you are medically compatible, because it's so important. Life is what? Life, they say, is health. Life, they say, is what? Health. You are showing at the back of my meeting. You're showing at the back of my meeting. You are showing at the back of my meeting. No. You are showing at the back of my meeting as well. Yes, sir. How are you doing? So let's go straight back into the meeting. So I said, after everything is said and done, shout out to my dad. So you said you are paying. You are not paying. You are not paying. So we are giving it for free. Giving it for free. So let's just continue here. You don't understand what just happened. So the reason you have to do this medical checkpoint is for various things: for pleasure and sex, for childbearing, for medical emergencies, for early detection, to avoid medical issues, and so on. Like I said before, I'm going to give you the notes. I'm going to give you the notes for this class, so don't worry about the notes. And you're going to see the reasons. I'm going to explain furthermore why these reasons are important. For pleasure and sex, for childbearing, for medical emergencies, for early detection, and to avoid medical issues. Now, I've seen people go into marriage and don't even know that their opposite sex is HIV positive, and they gave birth to children who will not live. Some men, some women have potentials, have visions for things to do in their life, and you get married to somebody who is HIV positive, and your vision, your potential, everything you have died. So what's the first thing you should do? The checkpoints I have today, I don't know what Oluwasusi Emmanuel, scientist Oluwasusi Emmanuel, and Nurse Adesoya will be saying, will be teaching tomorrow. But my checkpoints are medical tests you necessarily need to do. Now, the first one I talked about before was blood group. Now, the reason I hope you know your blood group. If you don't know your blood group, go and know your blood group today. There are emergencies. I've been in the hospitals, I've seen where you just give birth to a child and they're looking for who to give blood. Now, some blood don't match. Do you understand? Some blood don't match. Apologies to people watching the replay that the beginning over 20 minutes I've been shouting since there's no audio. There's no audio. I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to put it in the description. So you have to check your blood group. You want to donate blood to somebody, your boo, your babe, or your babe is in an emergency, and they are looking for blood. Even if you are not compatible to give out that blood, there's somebody that is compatible to give. But you must know your blood group. She must know her blood group. Now, the other important factor I talked about was the redox factor. I know that Oluwasusi will be talking more on this. Now, there's what we call resource factor. Now, each and every individual have their own, whether resource factor minus or resource factor positive. Now, there are times when you come together, if your resource factors are not compatible, it will lead to a disease that will eat up your children. So, when your resource factors, now, that blood, when into that blood, they're going to check the resource factor for you. Holy Spirit, the heat is too much. Do you understand? They're going to check your resource factor for you. So if it's not compatible, when you get pregnant, especially the lady, your child is going to be eating up the cells of your child. So you need to know. Now, there's a solution for it. Even though you are not compatible, there's what will give ROH immune globulin. It's going to prevent that from happening. So that's going to prevent it from happening. But you need to know. If you don't know, and you are just having sex, you see some people, 10 children, all of them died, and they'll say spiritual. This is from my village. Somebody is following me from my village. I did something in the past. No, it is the resource factor disease. It is the resource factor disease. Your ROH and that of your partner that you had sex with, it's not compatible. It's not compatible. And you may think, oh, the child is not going to die. No. Have you seen when they are doing evacuation, when they are removing the debris of a dead child? It's so painful. It's smelly. I ran away from labor ward when I was in Modern Child Health, Akure, Nigeria, Ondo State, Nigeria. Why? The smell. It is a trauma you don't want to experience. That is why we are hosting this meeting for you today. What is your ROH factor? What is the ROH factor? Now, let me show you compatibility now. If you are ROH positive, holy shit, this is blocking my slide. If you are ROH positive, and the woman is ROH positive, the man is ROH positive, the risk of conflict is no. The woman is ROH positive, and the man is ROH negative, the risk of conflict is no. But if the woman is ROH negative, and the man is ROH positive, there's 50% you're going to have the ROH immune disease. But it can be prevented with ROH globulin stuff. That is if you know. This is one of the checkpoints. This is one of my checkpoints you should consider. Are you getting me? So go and check your blood group today, everybody. Go and check your blood group. Go and check your blood group. I'm not prepared for marriage. I'm not prepared. It may skip you when you are ready for marriage. Now, I'm saying marriage because me, I believe. I don't know of your own belief, and I'm not coming here to be religious. I'm not coming here to share my beliefs, but I want to believe that you're going to marry. Some people don't get married, though. They just start up this thing. So this meeting is for everybody. I'm not trying to be partial in my judgment. Because there are some meetings I'll be partial in my judgment and I'll tell you that is wrong. So the next one I want to talk about is genotype. You have to know your genotype. This one, I want to take this one radically. This one, there's no Rh immunoglobulin that is going to prevent everything. Look at what I stated. I say genotype and genotype compatibility is important as a pre-marriage medical test because it's the future of your offspring. Now, most people are giving, sorry to the SS people here, I'm just trying to prevent people from having those pains. I'm not trying to put you down. But I've seen people who are SS, and it's because people don't check their genotype. They are SS, sickle cell, and the child end up being in pains. Why? Let me explain it now. When a child, the genotype is sickle cell, the cell is supposed to be a biconcave distance so it can flow. But if it's sickle cell, it will be hanging. Imagine blood not being able to flow to a particular organ for certain time. There can be liver deaths. There can be organ deaths. The cells in the organs are dying. A part of the body is dying, necrosis. They will be in severe pain. Why? You as partners, you as an individual, you refuse to check out your medical checkpoints. So this is it. I want to give you this table, and this table is also going to be on the video. I'm going to be on the ebook. I'm going to be sharing on the presentation slides. I'm going to be sharing after the class. Unique, you can although I'm angry with you, just share what I said you should share on how people can get the slides. So look at the table here now. If you are AA and your partner is AA, there's possibility of all your children should be AA. You are not causing harm. You are not causing any problem. If you are AA and AS, there's possibility you give birth to children who are AA and children who are AS. There's no problem. It's good. Excellent. Good. If you are AA and your partner is SS in delivering children, in giving birth to kids and producing, it's fair. You can give birth to people who are AS. All your children, all of them are going to be AS, and there's no issue there. If you are AA, AC2 is good. But AS and AS, this is why I have a problem. And I did a shout out to AA people. AS and AS, there's a possibility you give birth to children who are AA, AS, and you give birth to children who are SS. Now you need to think carefully. If you are AS in marrying or getting a partner that is AS, except you guys don't want to deliver children, you don't want to reproduce. Now, an SS patient, you need to. Most of them are scared to talk about these things, but you need to see the pain these people go through. As scientists here, I have nurses here on the call. I'm trying not to be emotional because I've seen. I told you that day, this woman was accusing her own child. She was accusing her own child of being a witch. She was accusing her own child of being a witch. Whereas she was the reason she gave birth to an SS. The man was AS and she was AS. And she gave birth to a child that was SS. Child in serious pain, in severe pain. Most of them died. Not all of them live. So if you are AS, be very careful of the partner you choose. And this is important, an important checkpoint you need to check. AS plus SS, that one is very, very bad. Your possibility of giving birth to all your children SS is on high chances. These are the reasons you need to do this thing, because most times people get married and they just attribute everything to spiritual demons, the devil. But sincerely, that's not it. That's not the issue. The issue is you did not check the medical checkpoints before you say I do. So I'm going to be giving this table out so that after today you check your blood group. After today you check your blood, your genotype, to see your compatibility. So that after everything is said and done, after you have been your emotional, those butterflies in your belly and everything is making your head go gaga, is making your head go sweet. She's making it go gaga. You're gonna, this is the best woman that have happened to me. You're gonna check the blood group and genotype. Are we compatible? Are we not going to bring children that are going to end up in pain? And yes, your children are going to love you, but you are one of the reason for their problems. Now, I'm not disputing the fact. I've seen miracles happen. I so much believe in Jesus. I believe there's nothing Jesus can do. There's nothing he can change. But medically, bro, sis, you need to be careful. So I'm going to give this table out. So most of you that are already in a relationship now, go and ask your partner, what's your blood group? Are we compatible medically? I attended a webinar hosted by Onoghese Precious and his team. I attended a webinar in which scientists Oluwasusi and Nurse Adesoya came, and they taught us about checkpoints, medical checkpoints. We need to check our blood group. We need to check, most importantly, our genotype, whether we are compatible for bearing kids. This is not going to affect your sex life, your sexual life, your pleasure life. But these two things I just talked about, which is your blood group and your genotype, is going to affect you in bearing kids. I would have shown you pictures, but I don't want to show you, of SS patients. The blood can't flow because the blood is in a sickle cell format. You see, the blood is supposed to be flowing like this, but this is how the blood will flow. Now, when it's flowing like this, it's hanging. It's not, the blood will not be able to move. So if blood does not move to the eye, it can cause death of the eye organ. Sexually transmitted disease. Now, I said one of the reasons for marriage and all these things, relationship, marriage, to my own belief, is sexual pleasure. Sexual transmitted disease. This person get HIV. Some of them, they have HIV. To the people that have HIV, I'm sorry the way I'm saying it here, I'm not trying to push you down. But I've seen couples, I've seen people with HIV and AIDS living well. Because why? They were able to take care of themselves. I've seen married men or parents giving birth to children. They are HIV, two of them. But they have given birth to children who are not even HIV. Why? They have checked this medical checkpoint. They have seen a consultant like us. And the consultant say, yes, you can go ahead with this marriage. You can go ahead with your sexual life. There are protectives you can use. So those people that are sexually active, it's not good, but I can't stop you from not doing it. If you are not married, I can't stop you. But you can protect yourself. You can protect yourself. Go for that test now. Go for that test regularly, especially those that are sexually active. HIV is one of the reigning things now in Lagos. So I have sex. I want to have sex. I want to marry. Some of you, your immune systems are not strong. Some people live with HIV. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. For 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and nothing is doing them. But your own immune system is not good, and then you just hurry up. You just enjoy yourself, have pleasure. Then you will see something that will kill you, kill your vision, kill something about you. People are waiting for you. People are waiting for you to manifest. Nations are in your hand. Business ideas are in your hand. Ministry are in your hand. A lot of things are in you. But one disease can kill everything. Once one disease kill the host, that's the end. Once one disease kills the host, that's the end. Because why? You neglected the medical checkpoints. I say other diseases that can be transmitted sexually, hepatitis, HIV, and the rest. Now, there are some of them that can still be compatible with you if you take precautionary steps. And those precautionary steps can be taken if you know. If you don't know, you I have friends, I've seen people who are HIV positive. I've seen, but they are enjoying their life, they are enjoying marriage, they are building business, they are building brands, they are impacting people who are normal and healthy. I've seen people with hepatitis and the rest, and they are doing great in life. So that's not the end. I've seen people that are SS. There's even a study that people that are SS are the most brilliant people in classes, and I've seen it work. I've seen it in my class. I've seen it in a lot of places. But these things, you can live with these things precautionary. You can take good precautions if you know. Get a consultant. Do the necessary tests. I recommend healthtracker.com. Good friend of mine. Any question, you can get a consultant. So you can message me. You can message Oluwasusi that will be dropping his contacts tomorrow. You can message Nurse Adesoya that will be dropping our contacts tomorrow too. You can message two of them that will be dropping their contacts tomorrow. Love is a beautiful thing. I end with this. If you have a question, please, you can pop it up now. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is sweet. Love is good. Love is sweet. Love is good. But if you don't know the medical checkpoints, you may end up not happy. So, what am I telling you today? Checkpoints are important. Checkpoints are important. Do you have a question? You have a question? Because we are going to end the meeting now. Do you have a question? Any question? Tomorrow we can contribute. Clarity. So tomorrow you want to invite more people to the webinar. At least 20 people or more than 20 people are available for the webinar, but a lot of people left before because of I did not even know that the audio was not working. But tomorrow more details will be shared upon. I just talked about 3 checkpoints today. Explanation will be made more tomorrow. So invite your friend, invite those people to come and know the medical checkpoints, what they need to know before they say I do. This is the Onoghese Precious brand. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And we care about you. That is why we are doing this thing for free today. Care about you. That's why we are doing this thing for free. So have a wonderful night. This meeting was supposed to be 30 minutes, but because of everything that happened, that's why we delayed a bit. So enjoy your night. I love you, everybody. For those of you that are just coming on board, somebody just come on board, you can watch the replay. I love you. Please thumbs up to Onoghese Precious team. I love you guys so much. Please, you can just type thank you in the comment section so that Facebook can share this video with a lot of people. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Oluwasusi Manuel, for attending, Wari Opuba for attending, Unique for attending, and a lot of people that attended this meeting. Shout out to everybody. I appreciate you. Hope you got value. See you tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. God bless you. I don't keep some for you. You don't go so far. Cause anything I get now from me and you. How are you, my friend? Everybody, let's go. How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say nobody send you. That's why I think and dey for you, my. Good night, everybody.